From vacant lots to buildings to schools, even an entire wall of Reading Terminal Market, Philadelphia is a city of more than 4,000 murals. And for more than 40 years, that is in large part thanks to one woman with an artist's vision. I am thrilled to welcome Jane Golden, the founder and executive director of Mural Arts Philadelphia. She is also an internationally recognized artist in her own right. Thanks so much for being here with us this morning.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
All right, so Mural Arts actually had humble beginnings back in 1984. Can you talk about what it was like back then and how it has changed and grown until today? That's a long time.
Well, I was very lucky in that I was hired by former Mayor Good and Tim Spencer. Tim ran the Anti-Graffiti Network, and I had read somewhere that they were going to start an art component for anti-graffiti. I sent in my resume, and I ended up getting hired. It was, you know, my salary was $12,000 a year, and my job was to rechannel the negative energy to something positive. And for 10 years, I worked with graffiti writers who had no opportunities but tons of talent and ability. And then together we started doing murals. At first people were skeptical. I don't want art, I want housing, I want jobs. But when we asked people, what would you like? People, the conversation blossomed. People said, you know something, Jane Golden? Things are either done to us or not done. And the only visual stimulation here are billboards advertising alcohol and tobacco. And we, our little art unit, was like, that can change. And boom, we started doing murals everywhere. Anti-graffiti closed down in 1997. I went to then former Mayor Erin, and I asked him if he would create a community-based public art program. And he said yes. And the Mural Arts program was born.
And now it's huge.
It's huge.
Philadelphia is known as the city of murals.
That's right. I mean, back then we were a staff of 5. We were on an empty floor, had rickety furniture, and a budget of $100,000. Now it's a staff of 60, employing hundreds of artists every year. We have 4,400 murals in the city of Philly.
That is
More
so
murals
awesome.
than any city ever, anywhere.
Why do you think murals and public art in general is just so important for any city, any community, to go around corners and to just see something?
It's an excellent question. Well, for a number of reasons. One, I think we need the arts in our life. You know, we have a very robust arts and culture sector here in our city, and it helps make our city sing. Number 2, art humanizes our world, and it just makes our city a more wonderful, interesting place to be. Number 3, art is healing, both in a community. And number 4, they represent our lives in very meaningful ways. If you go through the city, it's almost like the autobiography of the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
You see images about people's struggles, their triumphs, their memories, their history. It is art that connects with the citizens, and we have a huge waiting list of people who want work.
Really?
And all these programmatic divisions where people are learning public art, but as they learn about painting a wall, they're also learning about themselves. And we see people flourish, neighborhoods change, and by extension, think about the impact on the civic life of our city. Yeah. It's huge.
It's funny, you forget, like, oh wait, that person does have a connection to Philly. Oh wait, you know, when you're looking at these, you go into West Philly, you see Will Smith, or you go wherever. It is so cool to see how the city is transformed by mural arts. Now, you are planning to retire after all of this time at the helm. I gotta ask, why? How are you feeling? And what's next for you?
Well, I am very sad. You know, I feel so lucky and so honored to have a job that I love, and I wake up every day like super excited. But, you know, I've been there a long time, and I think leadership transition is good for an organization. My husband is the youngest of 8, and he'd lost a few siblings. So he's always like, Jane, life is short. You work 1,000 hours a week. So I had to make this very hard decision. But I'm not stopping. I mean, I love artists. I love Philadelphia. Truly love our city. So I have talked to a number of city officials about different roles I could play. I've talked to different arts organizations. I will also be teaching at Penn next spring and at MICA, a very fine art school in Baltimore.
All right, so you have plans.
I have plans.
We're not losing you. We got to keep you. Thousands, tens of thousands of people, they're flooding to our area for the 250th, for FIFA, for the All-Star game, all this stuff. What do you hope that people maybe who've never been to Philadelphia before get when they're walking around the city and they are discovering the beauty around every corner in the form of arts?
Well, I've already heard feedback, and this is what's so exciting. I've heard people say, I can't believe I'm in a city where art is everywhere.
Everywhere.
And I'm like, that is exactly right. It is in the air. Art is like oxygen. It should be available to all of us. It's about access. It's about equity. And in Philadelphia, we don't just talk about the art. it is in abundance.
You can't miss it. I love that we're showing all of these pictures, too, as we're talking. Jane Golden, the founder and executive director of Mural Arts Philadelphia, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me here. This has really been fun.
And good luck with that next chapter. For more information about Philadelphia's Mural Arts program, tap the free NBC 10 app or visit NBC10.com/find it on 10.